I think one of the most harmful aspects of coloniality, which continues to exist post, so-called colonization, these are deeply ingrained systems, is it also puts people into boxes that are very harmful. So the gender binary is an obvious one. Heteronormativity, racism, of course. Racism, I think, is really the foundation of this. Heteronormativity and gender binary stems from this manufactured idea of race, which is to uplift whiteness and to its racism is rooted in anti-blackness. And then also ableism, right? How do we define disability, ability, neurodivergence, neurotypicalness? There's classism, individualism, I think is a big one, Christian centricism. And so when all of these isms exist, and we as people, especially people with marginalized identities, are told we are supposed to just navigate these systems and go to therapy, do self-care, and we're supposed to feel okay. And if not, then we're either not working enough or there's something wrong with us.
You're in resistance.
Oh, clearly. Resistant to treatment.
You're treatment resistant.
It's gaslighting. This is very harmful. And so the first part is we got to recognize the ways that colonialism and coloniality not only shows up, but that our field is founded upon it. It depends on it. It capitalizes off of it.
Right.
And then we can start talking about what does dismantling and what does reimagining look like.
Yeah. It was so interesting as you were talking, I was just thinking like you were describing the boxes, and it's very like, I think a lot about the left brain and the right brain and how crazy our culture has been. This left brain, like, it's like, that is a tool. It's not supposed to dominate over the right brain, and thinking that way. I was like, oh yeah, it's fueled by white supremacy. But also just the boxes, I was feeling like almost like the psychoticness of it. It's like, that's just not organic reality. That's not humans. That's not nature. That's not the ecology. It's like there is a, I don't know why the word it's just crazy. It's like, but then for that seed that's so out of sync with nature and our nature to be not just in society, but in the healing, something that's actually kind of psychotic, or at least not in reality, to come into this place where we're trying to come back into our nature and wholeness and repair and find our authenticity and flow. How really, how deeply tragic that is and problematic, and exciting that it's beginning to get like, I go between feeling excited and daunted a little bit, because as you're describing, it's like, oh, it's like in all of the whole structure, it's like wound into it. So it's like, oh, that's a lot to kind of go down to that foundational level